Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's Joe here with Deranged. So for quite a while, we've been working on building this KRX4, and it's finally time to walk you through it. So we're going to take you through what we did to it, all the add-ons. We're going to put a full build list in the description below so you know exactly how much this thing cost if you wanted to do the same. So we'll run through each part, each thing that we did, let you know what it cost, all that kind of stuff. And also put, if there's options that are budget options or more budget friendly than we went with, then we'll let you know some kind of other budget options along the way. But it's time to walk you through our build and let you know exactly what we did to take a regular KRX4 ES and turn it into Clifford. Okay, before I get started with the walk around, I got to give a shout out and a huge thanks to none other than Garrett himself. So because of our kind of living situation and a lot of the vendors that we work with, as many of you know, I'm in Arizona, Garrett is in Southern Utah, Dave is in Southern Utah. A lot of the vendors we work with are in Southern Utah. So the build really kind of had to take place for the most part up there. So the reason I want to give a big shout out and a big thanks to Garrett is Garrett did most of the labor when it comes to putting this machine together. You probably saw a video a while back where Dave and I chipped in and helped run a lot of the electrical and everything else, put the wheels and tires on, that kind of stuff. But Garrett, man, he did a lot of work to this, and so I want to thank him, give a big shout out to him. So in addition to that, if you look in the comments or whatever, or the description to this video, there's an option to give thanks, is what it says. So if you want to donate to Garrett's labor pool and thank him for the build, click the thanks button and send a little cash his way. It's an option that's always been there. We never really use it much, but hey, if you want to thank Garrett for his labor, he didn't get paid anything for it, extra anyway. So click the link below, give him thanks. Anything you give on that will go to Garrett, not to me and Dave. So sorry, Dave, I didn't run that by you first, but that's what's going to happen. Hopefully our friends out there are willing to give Garrett a little thanks for the effort he put into this thing. With that said, let's jump into it. Okay, as I said, we're going to put a full build list in the description down below, but the build list kind of starts with the cost of the machine. So let me see if I can get this out and show you guys the invoice for what we paid for this machine. So I think if you follow the channel, you know we pay for just about everything that we get for the most part. If we don't, we'll tell you. We paid full price for this machine. Okay, now let me show you the invoice or what we paid for this thing. So I'm going to go ahead and cover up the private information, my address, the VIN number, all that kind of crap, and show you the invoice. So as you can see here, we paid $28,499, which at the time was the MSRP for the rig. 2,000 freight, 500 handling. The subtotal was 31 grand. After taxes, documentation fee, and license fee, our total price ended up being $33,489.92. So that's what we paid for the KRX. Every build starts with the price of the machine, so there you go. That's the price of the rig for us. Okay, as far as where we got the machine and all that kind of stuff, the dealer we picked it up from, we picked it up from River Rat Motorsports in Lake Havasu, Arizona. Honestly, it was just the only dealer we could find one at. Great experience and everything. Have no issues with the experience there. Great dealership. If you're in the Arizona area, yeah, they're definitely worth doing business with. We do quite a bit of rock crawling and stuff like that, and the KRX actually does come with a very good cage. We like to go pretty quick. We also like to hit the rocks and whatnot, and there's a higher potential there for putting it on its side or rolling it over and everything else. We wanted to be safe and know we were protected, so we went ahead and put a cage on it. I wouldn't call this a budget option, so I'm kind of want to lead up front with that, but there's not a ton of budget options for a cage. Sure, you could hack it and add a couple extra bracing or whatever. You can add a few things to it to make it a little stronger, but that's not the path we wanted to go. We're not welders. You guys have probably seen some of my work there. We're not welders. So we went ahead and put a cage on it. The cage was going to cost you about $2,500. So that's not shipped, right? If you want it shipped, you're going to have to pay a little bit more for shipping. Also doesn't include powder coat. So it's going to ship raw. If you pick it up local from Voodoo, which is where we got the cage, Voodoo will powder coat it for you or have it powder coated for you. But if you're going to have it shipped anywhere, you're going to have to powder coat it locally. And the reason why is it's too easy to damage the powder coat in shipping. Too many issues with customers getting a ding in it by the shipper when it gets there, and then it being a big issue to fix and everything else. So You'll have to get it powder coated locally when you order it from Voodoo, but great cage. You'll find a link to the description, or link to it in our description down below as well. But with that said, we're going to start with the Tusk Megabyte tires. So we run Tusk Megabyte 34s on this. They're 34-15-10s, I believe. Let's see here. Yep, 34-10-15. So they are 34-inch tires. They're a good all-around tire. They're not especially great in the rocks. They're not especially great in the mud or whatever. They're good all-around tires that have a little bit better sand performance. With as much riding as we do in Sand Hollow, we wanted to have a tire that will have some good sand performance as well, or be an all-around tire. So they've been good all-around tires for us. We run them on all of our machines. We have some other tires that we rotate in as well, but great all-around tires. We really like the way they perform all around. If you're looking to pick up a set of these Tusk Megabyte tires, we do have a link to Rocky Mountain in our description down below. Go down there, click it, check it out, and see if you can, or see what the price is like for you. As far as the price for us when we pick them up, I'll leave it in the description down below. It'll be part of the build list there, but I believe it was about $800. No, it was $750 for all 4 tires. So that's what we paid for the 34s. I think they were on a little bit of a sale, which I checked earlier today, and they are currently on sale as well for the 34s. So if you're looking for some Tusk Megabyte tires, check out the link in the description. I'll just hit on the other kind of Tusk item that we have here that we picked up from Rocky Mountain, and that is our tailgate, or our cargo barricade as they call it. We picked this up from there as well. It's going to cost you about $175. They're real strong, real sturdy. They're a good quality barricade. Gives you a little bit extra room in the back for the coolers and tools and whatever else you bring. So we really liked it. As with Garrett's that we powder coated white, we went ahead and powder coated this to the same color as the cage, the red that you got there. Really think it turned out well. Okay, now while I'm on the subject of powder coating, as you guys know, when we picked this machine up, or if you did see it, this was a black and orange rig, which I believe all the ESs are right now, is a black and orange one. So as far as the 4 seats go anyway, we wanted to turn this sucker red. So we had to have additional powder coating done. We had the trailing arms and the radius rods and the front A-arms all powder coated red at C&J Powder Coating in Southern Utah. If you're in Southern Utah, need a powder coater, they do awesome work. So that's the same place we got the cage done, same place we got the windshield powder coated as well. So they do great work. Check them out if you're in the area. A few more places that they helped us with the powder coat are right here on our grill. We went ahead and had that grill powder coated black with the kind of red logo there for Assault. And then in addition, we had our springs powder coated black as well. So these are a spring kit, which we'll get to that a little bit later. We had them powder coated black just because we like the look of red and black. Kind of wanted to get rid of as much silver as we could. All right, next on the list is seats. And for seats, we chose a budget option that's available on our site as well, and that is the Aces Racing seats. So these are Aces Daytona seats. These seats are gonna run you about $629 a pair, which in comparison to some of those other high-end brands like PRP or Simpson or some of those other ones is a heck of a reduced price, I guess you'd say, or budget-friendly option. They're great all-around seats. The KRX seats are pretty decent to start, but these will give you a little bit more support around you for when you're going fast and whatnot. And they'll be a little bit more cush, hold you in them a little bit better, a little bit more padded with the suspension on the bottom to help you, be more comfortable throughout the day. So $629 a pair for the Aces Racing seats. As far as the harnesses go, we went with Aces Racing harnesses as well. They're gonna run you about $230 for a set of 4. So pretty cheap for the harnesses as well. We went with buckle style. We really appreciate the buckle just for the ease of getting in and out. Honestly, I would have loved to have gone with the Kawasaki retractable harnesses, but they're just too pricey to consider right now. We're already into this build quite a bit. And I believe they would have cost us $1,800 for a set of 4 harnesses, retractable harnesses, which is just too much to consider right now. So again, you'll find a link to both of those in the description down below. Okay, now I want to take you and show you those springs again. So these right here are a spring kit. We worked with Hyperco and with STR Tuning to develop a spring kit for the KRX4. We're still kind of testing them out a little bit, but eventually you'll likely find these linked on our website as well. We'll offer them kind of as a drop ship program for you. So you'll be able to pick up a spring kit for your KRX4 as well. So Again, we sent them off to C&J Powder Coating to be powder coated black. They come stock silver like just about every other spring out there. So we had them powder coated black just to kind of finish off the look. Overall though, they've been a great spring kit so far. We're happy with their performance so far. Okay, while we're down here, I'll mention our skid plate. So we went with a Super ATV skid plate. It's a good budget option. It's going to cost you about $749, which when you look at other skid plates, it's right in the good quality, low end price area. There are better or higher quality or thicker skid plates that are going to cost you quite a bit more. For most people, these are going to do the job for you just fine. They're great skid plates. They did a great job out at Sand Hollow over the last week or so as we've been out there ripping around with it. So great skid plates. You'll find the link in the description down below. Like I said, they're about $750, somewhere in that ballpark for a Super ATV skid plate, full plate, front to back for the KRX4. Okay, rounding out the kind of budget options, I'm going to run you through two kind of Amazon specials that we got. And the first one, if you'll notice, the underside of the roof there is coated with basically it's a boat decking material. And that material basically helps to keep the roof from squeaking. It acts as the gasket for that. And it also helps a little bit with the sound dampening. When it's just straight metal, sound bounces off of that much easier. This boat decking material helps to absorb that. So that's an Amazon special. It looks great, and it helps with the squeaks and everything else as well. So it's a pretty cool option. All right, and as with our other rigs, we went with the Ox Beam 8-gang switch panel down here. We love these things. They're cheap, they're budget. I think $169 is the price that you're going to find on Amazon usually, but oftentimes you'll find a coupon or a deal or whatever, and you'll be able to get them for $140, $150, somewhere around there. So great option all around, budget option all around for it. Makes adding accessories extremely easy. Pop it open, run 2 wires to it. No other switches or fuses or anything else to add to it. Okay, that kind of rounds out our budget options that we had on the machine for you. So we did do wheels as well. We considered the Tusk wheels as well. There's some good budget options as well for Tusk. But we ended up finding these weld wheels on sale at Rocky Mountain actually. And they're on closeout right now, so you're probably not gonna find them there. There's still 2 left. I checked this morning, but we ended up spending about $800 for our wheels. We would have saved, I don't know, probably maybe $200 if we would have went with the Tusk wheels, but we really like the look of these. So these are weld beadlock wheels. We're into them about $800. They're, like I said, we found them on sale. They're on closeout right now on Rocky Mountain, so you'll still find them there. But great wheels. We like the look of them. They're the first time we went with a wheel that's pretty dished. These are a 3/4 wheel. So they do give us extra width. We wanted to have a little extra width just because of how much rock crawling we do and whatnot. We heavily considered putting the HCR long travel kit on it and bringing it out real wide. But just because of the direction we wanted to go with this build, we didn't want to get into some crazy astronomical $70,000, $75,000 number for the cost of this machine. We wanted to try to keep it as low as we could. So we went hillbilly and just brought the wheels out a little bit wider, getting 3/4s on it. So it turned out great. Would I prefer to have the HCR kit? Absolutely. It's awesome. If it's in your budget, the extra width helps on the KRX4 just like it does on any other rig. So it's awesome. So with that said, we went with these welds. They're great wheels. About $800 is what what they costed us. So the bundle, the wheels and tires together, cost us about $1,600. Okay, while we're up here, let's talk about these two things here. So we went with Baja Designs Squadron pods. They're actually the amber pods as well, a yellow amber color. We went with them up here. I didn't want to put a light bar up on top. I don't like the reflection off the window and whatnot. So I wanted to put some pods right here. We'll see if it's enough lighting. We haven't done enough night riding to be able to tell yet. Actually, I haven't done any night riding yet, just turned it on. But we'll see there. Baja Designs makes great quality stuff. I wouldn't call them budget. They were about $259 or something like that before tax on Amazon. That's where we found them. All like anything else, you'll find a link to that down below. But great lights. Added the covers. That was an additional $7 or $8 just to protect the lenses. As far as the mirrors go, these are the Chupacabra Quero mirrors. They're great mirrors. We literally run them on all 3 of our machines. We have no affiliation with Nick over there at Chupacabra or anything else, but they're just straight up great quality mirrors. We run them on everything. Don't get a discount, anything else. Pay full price just like you on Amazon. We have other options like Rocky Mountain and stuff like that, and I'll throw a link to kind of a cheaper option down below if you're looking for a good $50 mirror. These are not $50. These are, what were they, 200 bucks? Somewhere in the ballpark of 200 bucks. I think a little less than 200 bucks. I think the standard listing price on Amazon is 200, and then when they discount them, it's like 179, 189, something like that. But we love the Quero mirrors. They're great, good, sturdy mirrors. So definitely recommend those as well. On our Pro XP, we add a mount right here for a pod as well. On our cage, we have tabs for the pods. If you don't have tabs, you can get a mount to mount your lights onto the Quero mirrors, which is awesome. Like I said, Nick over at Chupacabra does great stuff. One more thing while I'm up here, and that is the Dirt Warriors windshield. So this is the Dirt Warriors glass windshield. As you guys know, we love these things. We sell quite a bit of them. They're great windshields. So this one's a little bit different in that it's relatively custom, and the reason, well, it's full custom. It's built for our cage, but it's a little different than what you'll see. Ours has a stabilizer bar or a connecting bar, whatever this freaking bar is called right here that connects the two. It has a bar behind there, so what that allows them to do is be thinner on all of their edges because they have that additional support down there. So the sight lines on this are a little better than you're going to see on a stock one, but the stock ones are standard, one that goes on a standard cage anyway. It's great as well. As far as what we love about these, they have the best vents. They pop up nice and high for you, draw in a ton of air, and help you stay as cool as you can when it's hot. I didn't mention while I was up here as well, this Assault grill that we had powder coated by C&J Powder Coating. We got that from Rocky Mountain as well. So that we picked this up with the rest of our stuff. It came in silver and black. We had it powder coated to the color that we liked. All right, next I'll take you here to the back for the whips and rock lights that we went with. I think those who followed the channel a while know that we have a great partner in Rhino LED lights. They do really great high quality lights. There are other budget options out there, and we could have went that way, but we didn't want to go that way. They're too high quality and too bright to pass up, I guess you'd say. So these are their 1-inch whips. They are 3 feet tall and great all-around whips, super high quality. And they're gonna run you, I think, about $500 a set. I'll put the price down below so you can see it, but about $500 a set, somewhere around there for this height. And if you want taller, they have taller as well. And then in addition, we got the rock lights down below, which we mounted up here. We have 6 of them, I believe. So we put one right here, one in each one of the wheel wells, and then we ended up putting one up front above the grill as well. So we have some lighting just in the immediate front of the rig. Great quality. The cool thing about what they do at Rhino is all of your lights are linked together. So all of them can change colors at the same time. Rock lights and whips, they're all handled by the same controller. So rock lights were, I think, $325 for a set of 6, and then your whips are about $500. So that's where we went with whips and rock lights. I will say there is cheaper options out there. If you want 4-foot whips, you can get an okay set with what you need, or good enoughers. If you're just looking for a good enougher, Tusk has them, Rocky Mountain has them, $120, $140 a set, and they're good enoughers. They're not going to be this high quality. They're not going to be this bright. They're not going to have the options that you have here. They're good enough to get the job done for a lot of people. So if you're looking for that, you'll find a link to both in the description down below. All right, next we went with these Viper frog skin covers, and they're sweet. They're super slick. We went ahead and had them powder coated black. Stock, they come just raw or aluminum, kind of bright, shiny color. They look great. They're engraved. They also come with these colored washers here, or you can get these colored washers with it as well, which look really awesome, kind of bring the look together. So if you look close enough, you'll see they were cool enough to put our name on the washer here, which is pretty cool. Deranged off-road, pretty cool stuff. So anyway, great partners at Viper. And speaking of Viper, we also went with a Viper shift gate. And if you've seen Garrett's KRX, you know that he has a Viper shift gate on his, and then we have one on our Pro XP as well. So they are just great quality shift gates. Look about like that. We went with red for the handle, and then chrome for the shaft, and then black for the actual shift gate. So great quality stuff. They do great work at Viper. And we've been super satisfied with them on all of our machines. Love the shift gate, love the option to quickly go into reverse and low, and big fans of Viper's stuff. The most egregious, I guess you'd say, and the least budget friendly option that we went with. But having experienced the demo with Kawasaki and seeing how many cool features it comes with, we had to have the interactive display that they offer. It's touchscreen, it's up front right here. It also runs your stereo. It has all the gauges to tell you what your camber is. It has your suspension monitor. It has your speed. It has maps. It has all kinds of stuff included with it. So we have Ride Command in the Pro XP, and we're big fans of it. So we wanted to have a similar system or see what Kawasaki was doing with their interactive display with this. It was a pricey splurge. So there's a reason it doesn't come stock on any of their machines or any of the ones that they offer anyway. It's an upgrade for every one of them. A cheaper upgrade if you're getting the special edition, but an upgrade for every one of them. The total cost for this, not including labor and installation and everything else, which includes the interactive display, the kit that you're going to need to install for it, speakers for all 4 doors, a subwoofer for the back, it's going to run you $3,000. So it's pricey. It's a pricey upgrade. We love having, some of the options that come with it. We like the music. We're not huge on the music, but like the music. It's nice to have something on in the background when you're there. Like the maps and everything else. As far as how it functions and everything, I'm not going to get into that now. We will do a kind of full comparison video of the Kawasaki interactive display compared to Ride Command, so you can see the differences between the two, the pros of one and the cons of one, and then the pros of the other, and yada, yada, yada. We'll do that down the road, but for now, just let you know we got it. It's cost you about $3,000, so pretty pricey. And then, as I was saying, as far as wrapping up the video, we had Union Graphics design and install our wrap. The wrap cost us in the ballpark of $2,000, somewhere around $2,000. So it depends on what you want, what you need, everything else. And with Union, paid for every penny of it. They didn't give a discount or anything else. They just do good work, and we trust them with our stuff. So he did a great job. Corbin over there did a great job designing the wrap and installing it and everything else. Love the way that it turned out. The machine, man, it's a looker. It's bright red and everything else. We love it. So if you're looking for a wrap and you're in southern Utah, looking for apparel, that kind of stuff, reach out to Union Graphics. They have a ton of good stuff over there. So, and included with that as well is the roof. And I'm super smart. When I had him do the roof, I approved and sent him the design with the roof graphic kind of upside down. To me, it's not the right way, so it should be flipped the other way, but it is what it is. I'll take you through, show you a couple little quick details of the wrap. So we, similar to the Pro XP, we went with the topo of Sand Hollow in here as well. He did do a little bit more of making sure that the places were on the rig in as many places as possible. We've got Top of the World, Double Sammy, a couple other things over there. Valley Overlook, Flintstone House, Top of the World, kind of spread throughout. And then he did this logo for us as well, which we'll have some apparel with that new logo on it if you'd like it. It's linked in the description down below. Milt Smile, Double Sammy, Top of the World, all the stuff's on there, and we really love how it turned out. Big fans of Corbin's work. Last thing I'll mention is that we put on here is this fuel door. We picked up this fuel door from I forget, but we'll link it in the description. But it's nice to have that, number one, to cover that up to keep mud and other crap from getting in there. But number two, it also allows for us to wrap the entire side over there, not have a big black spot in the middle. So anyway, love the design and everything else. As far as the total for the machine, guys, we tried to be budget friendly, but we let ourselves get out of control a little bit, I guess. Mama gave us the credit card, and we probably went a little further than we should have. The budget, or how much we spent on the machine, we're talking cost of the machine, all accessories installed, no labor, because Garrett did it. Again, if you want to thank him, click the thank button down below. But Garrett did it all. We're into this machine just under $50,000, and I'll put the total right here. I think it's 48 something, maybe 49, I don't know. You'll see the total. Either way, it's round about $50,000. It's a lot of money, and it's not for everyone. The purpose of us running you through this walkthrough is just to show you what it took to build it, what the cost was and everything else, and then to give you ideas for what you can do for your machine. Not everyone's going to spend that kind of money on their rig, and we know that. Neither is it worth it half the time. but we wanted to make sure you saw the details, the ins and outs of what it cost and took to put her together. So that's it, guys. We appreciate you watching. If you haven't subscribed already, please do so. Really helps out the channel, helps us grow, all that kind of stuff. Click the like button down below. If you have a friend with a KRX4 or a KRX and they need to see the build, then send them a link to the build here so they can see it. We are super happy with the way Clifford showed up, turned out. Big fans of the rig. I'm excited to put a ton of miles on it. I've started this new thing this year where I will go on a ride every third Saturday of the month no matter what. So I'm going to at least get on 12 rides this year, but probably a little bit more with the stuff we do with Garrett and everything else. So, or Garrett and Dave and everything else. So like I said, if you're looking for the full build list, you want to see exactly the details of how much this thing cost and each part and a link to find it, you'll find those in the description down below, so check it out. With that said, that's it, guys. Ride safe, pack out what you pack in, and we'll see you on the next one.